Good day, ma'am. Today, I will tackle about the community nutrition and nutrition situation in the Philippines. So, the mission of public health is to fulfill society's interest in assuring conditions in which people can be healthy. Its aim is to generate organized community effort to address the public interest in health by applying scientific and technical knowledge to prevent disease and promote health. Community nutrition is a discipline that strives to prevent disease and promote health by improving people's dietary practices. It is important to improve people's eating patterns because adequate and proper nutrition is a key determinant of good health. So in this table, I will present to you the percentage distribution of 0 to 5-year-old children by NCHS or WHO, presenting their weight for age and weight for height classification and their distribution. So we can say that the weight for age and height for age, weight for height, and their distribution. In table 2 is also the percentage distribution of 6 to 10 years old children by their height for age and weight for age classification and their distribution. In Table 3, the comparison and the prevalence of underweight, stunting, and wasting among 0 to 5-year-old and 6 to 10 years old children, which are the age group or by years and their nutritional status and their prevalence from 1996 to 1998. In the table 4, percentage distribution of adolescents 11 to 19 years old by BMI classification, by age and by sex. In the table 5, percentage distribution of adults 20 years old and over by body mass index or BMI, by age and by sex. In the table 6 is also the percentage distribution of lactating women by BMI classification and by age. So we can see that the age group by years and in the table 7, prevalence of iron deficiency anemia or IDA among specific population groups. We can see that age or the physiological state and their prevalence in the Philippines. Here are the figure 1, which shows the prevalence of vitamin A deficiency or VAD in selected population groups. And in the figure 2 is the comparison of the prevalence of iron deficiency anemia or IDA among various groups from 1993 to 1998. So, in Table 8, means and percentage distribution of waist-hip ratio or WHR by age and by sex. In Table 9, means the distribution of adults to fasting blood sugar or glucose or FBS levels by age. So this is the record from the Philippines about the fasting blood sugar or glucose means and distribution of adults by age. In Table 10, distribution of adults to blood pressure or BP levels and hypertension or HPN classification by age here in the Philippines. In Table 11, mean systolic and diastolic blood pressure BP of adults by age here in the Philippines. In Table 12 means the distribution of adults to total cholesterol level by age here in the Philippines. 20 to 39, 40 to 59 of age, 60 and over. In Table 13 means and distribution of adults to high density lipoprotein cholesterol or HDL-C levels by age here in the Philippines. In Table 14 shows means the distribution of adults to low density lipoprotein cholesterol or HDL levels by age. In Table 15 means and distribution of adults to triglyceride levels by age here in the Philippines. So these are the record that I've gathered. In Table 16, 10 leading causes of mortality number and rate per 100,000 population in the Philippines since 1997. Their causes are diseases of the circulatory system, diseases of the vascular system, pneumonias, malignant neoplasms, TB, all forms, diabetes mellitus, nephritis, nephrotic syndrome, and nephrosis. The respiratory condition of fetus and newborn, congenital anomalies, septicemia. Their number, the rate, and the percent of total deaths. In Table 17, 10 leading causes of morbidity, number and rate per 100,000 population here in the Philippines since 1997. These are the causes: diarrheas, pneumonias, bronchitis, malignant neoplasms, influenza, TB, respiratory, hypertension, malaria, diseases of the heart, measles. The number and the rate from 1997. In Table 18, changes in mean 1 day per capita food intake from 1978, 82, 87, and 93. So here are the food groups. Total food intake, energy-giving foods, body-building foods, body-regulating foods, cereals, roots or tubers, sugars or syrups, fats or oils, fish or the fish products, meat, poultry, eggs, milk or the milk products, beans or nuts, fruits, vegetables, dark green, yellow, leafy, and other vegetables. The amount in grams per day from 1978, 1982, 1987 to 1993. In Table 19, mean 1 day per capita in food intake and percent adequacy in the Philippines in 1993. In energy, the nutrient intake, calorie, recommended dietary allowance, the value is the protein, iron, calcium, retinol equivalent, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, ascorbic acid, fats, and carbohydrates, and their values. Comparison of mean 1 day per capita nutrient intake in the Philippines in 1987 and 1993. The nutrient and the mean nutrient intake in 1987 and 1993. And that's all. Thank you.